Hi adorable friends, welcome back to my channel. This is the second part for my April 2023 setup. So today you will see me setting up my weekly number 2, number 3, and number 4. You will also see at the end that I am recording the theme for this month, which is the sewing mice, to my theme page at the beginning. So yeah, let's just get started. For the second weekly, my idea is to make the slot for the days look like the spools or the thread. So what I did was that I plot out the places for the days around the page, and each of those would then become the spool of thread basically. So what I did first is just to color in the wooden part of the thread, so with the same color marker, and then I go in with different colors according to my color combo and colored in the thread for each of these spools. So I use all of the kind of cooler color, the blues, the greens, and also the grays there. And the way that I do it is just making a stroke kind of crisscrossing on the spool itself, so that it looks like it's a spool of thread when it's done. And yeah, I kind of like the way that it looks at the end. So after finishing up that small calendar for this spread, I just outline all of the spool of threads so that it pops up a little bit more from the page, and you can actually see that it's a spool of thread. So that's what I do for each of the slots, and then I just write down the name of the days and also the date for each of these spool, so I know where I'm going to put the summary for my different days. And the very last thing that I did for this page is of course to adhere the cute little mice that in this one they're actually embroidering rather than doing a complete sewing. Speaking of embroidering, this next spread is very much embroidery focused. What I did is quite simple. I cut out 8 different little rings of embroidery. I use a lawn fawn die cut that can make these little rings, and they're really cute because they look like an actual embroidery ring in real life. It's just that they're made out of paper. And then what I did is that I cut out 8 of them and I spread them out across the spread, and each of these little rings is basically where I'm going to write down the summary of my day. Not only that this spread is really cute, I decided to make this spread very subdued in color, so I'm only using the brown and the blues, so I don't use the green, so an overall vibe becomes really sweet that way. Now that the third weekly spread is done, I'm working on the fourth weekly, and this one, as you can already see, basically the idea is to have this dress pattern as the slot for the days. So I'm just doing some random dress patterns that I can find online and replicate it here, and then I just take that last slot where I put the mice, and this time around they're actually making a dress, so in accordance to the theme of the spread. And then of course I need to write out the little calendar for this particular spread. I always have one for every spread, as you know. And then the last thing that I did is just to outline each of these dress pattern in different colors, and that's basically it. You would see I actually forget to write down the name of the days, but later on, after I finish all of the filming, I actually did that. Yeah, I really like the way that this looks as well. Quite colorful and cute. All the spreads are now done. We can now flip to my theme recording spread, and I'm going to record the theme for this month, which is the mice playing around with sewing and embroidering, which I think is really cute. I really like this theme month, particularly because I'm also using very subdued color combinations, and that's why I can use them all over the place, making all the spreads very colorful. We are finally ready for our flip through. So here's the cover page and the monthly reflection page with the buttons all over with the thread. This is a very colorful calendar page. I'm very happy with the way that this turned out. And this is the first weekly that is also very colorful with the buttons everywhere across the two pages. And this is the third weekly with the spool and thread, also colorful with the different color thread. This one is the more subdued one, a very sweet vibe with the little embroidery rings. And this is the last weekly, which is using the dress pattern with different colors as the outline. So thank you again if you have followed me until this point. I'm very happy to always have you here. I hope I will see you the next time around as well. And until then, I hope you have a very wonderful day. Goodbye.